You can't split the vote. Bro, that's how voting works. The person you like is who you vote for. That's it. Stop this blue, no matter who.
Okay, so here's how vote splitting works. Hi, I'm Nick. I make spreadsheets. So let's make a pretend election here. In this state, most people are far left, and it kind of trickles down from there. I'll explain how this is relevant to California in just a second, but bear with me. Only 75 people are on the far right, and everybody else is somewhere in the middle. And in this primary election, there's only really one candidate for each of these affiliations. And because this is a jungle primary, the top two candidates are going to go to the general election. But because the candidates all line up with their political affiliations, Flag Desmond, the far left guy, ends up winning. Baloo Lagoon, the center left guy, gets 125 votes, and the list goes down. So it's pretty fair. However, the next election season, things get crazy because a whole bunch of candidates are there. We have 3 far left candidates. Flag Desmond isn't the only one. We have Trip Van Socialist and a man at work on my car. And Baloo Lagoon, the guy who came second last time, has a few other challengers. Steve McBook is also center left. It's not safe in the center either because Jesus de la Siesta has a new competitor, Dallas, Texas. But now, Guy W. Sunglasses is the only person representing the center right, and Lieutenant is the only person on the far right. But since the population is the same as it was before, the results of this primary get a little interesting. The far left is split between 3 candidates. The center left is split between 2 candidates. The center is split between 2 candidates, and these two are the only ones that have 1 candidate each. So these votes are all going to go to one person. In fact, Flag Desmond, even though he won the last election, ends up losing this one. Now, the reason that matters is because in California, 38% of the population is liberal. Now, 34% is moderate and 28% are conservative. But in California's primary right now, there are 5 Democrats and only 2 Republicans, which means if many of these Democrats don't drop out of the race and they end up getting a somewhat equal percent of the left or center left voter base voting for them, it is not an impossibility for 2 Republicans and just those 2 Republicans to be on the ticket come November. However, in defense of the creator that I stitched, Tom Steyer is number 2 in the polls right now, so it's very unlikely that situation will happen. It still could, though. Anyway, if you want more breakdowns like this, follow along. I got more.